What is going on, everybody? Taylor here, and today I'm going to be doing a reaction to / commentary to episode 3 of Loki, the Disney Plus series. If you haven't been following along with my reaction so far, I have already seen this episode. I've watched all the episodes except for the season finale at this point, but I wanted to go back and do some commentary, do a reaction now that I've had a little bit of time to sit with what I've seen, just because sometimes initial reactions for TV shows are a bit tough for me because I need to be able to digest them more than once to actually see what's going on. So we're going to watch episode 3 now. I'm really excited to revisit this one because to me episode 3 is where I really started to get fully invested into the show. I enjoyed episode 1 and 2, but it didn't really hook me the way I was hoping. Episode 3 did that for me, so I'm very excited to rewatch this one and get to talk about it. So let's just do this.
Fugitive variants been killing our Minutemen.
The Time Variance Authority and the gods of Asgard, one and the same. Drunk with power, blinded to the truth.
He's not wrong.
He's hiding in apocalypses.
I love how it's he.
You're the fool the TVA
We're tracking
brought in
him
to hunt
down.
me down.
Surprise, bitch! It's not a he. Go get her! Go get her! This is a jam. I apologize for dancing. I can't help myself. This scene,
Why
dude.
do you hate this place?
I don't hate it, I fear it. Do you know how many times the health
The
department
two of them
has
sitting
closed down?
together in a bar was
Oh,
like,
good drinks.
not a bar, a restaurant, just confused the heck out of me.
Okay, ask.
How many people are guarding the timekeepers?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and then the music comes in. Oh, that's... I love the way that the scene is being manipulated around her.
So why won't you tell me how many people are guarding the timekeepers?
This is such a cool way to do this, where she's like, she buys into it, and then something just tells her it's not right.
This place, I remember, I know this place.
She is a master enchantress,
Probably just
manipulator. Oh, it's so good. She is so clever that she causes chaos there, takes the agents away from the TVA, and then is able to walk in because no one's there. I love that she just tied her hair up. She's ready to go. Oh, powers don't work here. But it's fine, because I can kick a bunch of butt anyway. She is taking no prisoners. She's just, nope, you're in my way. Oh. What a cool move. Holy crap. I love it. Oh, she's brutal. She is brutal. Yes! Get those daggers, Loki. Come on. This music is so good. The whole score to this series is just brilliant.
Are you sure you're a Loki?
You're in my way.
You are my way.
You're in my way. You are my way.
Thought perhaps we could work together.
I love how she's just relentless in being like, dude, scram, get out of here. You lack vision. She's so done with him and his theatrics.
Or you won't. Either way, that's how I get to be the timekeeper.
He's very flowery, very theatrical, very grandiose, and she's just like, dude, I don't have time for this. What are you doing?
Closer and I'll kill him.
Go for it.
They're like, that would help us immensely, thank you. You could do us that service. That is such a cool way to get them out of the situation. Powers are back. I love how she wasn't ready for that at all. I love how it seems like Loki variants have different kind of powers as well.
So you're just fully a magician then?
Fine. For my next trick, I'll make you disappear.
The back and forth between them is so good, and once again, it's so fascinating to
Is that
see.
one of your powers?
Where did you send off?
They clearly have differences, in terms of their powers, in terms of the way that they use magic, in terms of the way that they think about things. And that's very, very established very early on as they're interacting with each other, that they're both variants of the same, but they're variants for a reason. They're different. They have different backgrounds. They have different personalities. They have different ways they use their magic. I also love how he's like, I didn't have time to read the brochure. I just got us out of the mess. Like, he's just used to just kind of being like, oh, what's my way out of this? Like when he picked up the Tesseract and got out of New York and then ended up in this mess. Just kind of instinctively just does it. Oh, that's a mischievous little grin she had right there. Oh, that's very intimate. Doesn't work. I love the little heart shape their head and bodies make. Foreshadowing, anyone?
What's he doing?
Possibly.
What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to enchant me. It won't work.
Why?
You're
Because
trying
a magician.
to enchant
because
me.
my mind
It
is
won't
too
work.
strong.
Loki, those are dangerous last words, man. I'm just saying.
Can't get that temp pad turned back
Where
on.
do you have it hidden?
In my heart.
Well, then I'll cut it out.
Nice.
In my heart. He is, he's not ready for what's about to hit him.
That's the only reason you saved me out there.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, sure. That too.
That too. That too. See, he's already he's in a different position than she is already on their journeys as Lokis.
Ruptured was years in the making.
She's so zeroed in on
Years.
one plan,
Got it.
on one mission, on one thing. And he is very much considers other people as...
Or I'll kill
as-
you.
Yeah, she doesn't believe.
Where are you going?
She doesn't believe for a second you're gonna kill her, dude. You're clearly not in the same place as she is. He's very much more emotionally in tuned, has kind of settled a bit, and she's just very feral at this point. I love all the purple. It's so cool.
I'm sorry about not calling some faded photocopy of me Loki.
Good, because that's not who I am anymore. I'm Sylvie now.
I love how she's created an identity for herself as Sylvie.
Okay.
I love how she tries to deceive him, and he's just not having it.
Pitiful. I'm not giving it to you. You're gonna have to try harder than that.
Then don't give me your tech-savvy ideas either.
The tempad requires a massive power source, not a nightlight.
They're so snappy and sassy at each other.
Brute force is no substitute for diplomacy and guile.
See, right there, brute force versus diplomacy and guile. They're completely different in their approaches. They're at completely different places in their journey. Their mindsets are completely different. And I really think that it's just the base of their personalities as well. Like, their upbringing has a lot to do with that, but it's fascinating that she's just like, charge ahead, gonna take what I want, don't care, and he's more of the conniving, clever, like trying to use his words and charm his way, which is awesome. They're both just awesome for so many different reasons in so many different ways. Love how she's just ready to laugh at him.
Which one was that? Diplomacy?
Don't.
Or...
Don't. We're doing this one my way. Oh, look.
Like someone with a shit plan.
It's a great plan.
Oh, he's so funny. They're both just so assured, like, so sure of their own plans, and so just not willing to budge on them. And she's just reluctantly going through with this. I'm assuming thinking she's gonna have to get out her freaking fists at some point and fight her way inside. I love the guard outfits. Seeing Tom in that ridiculous blue outfit with that ridiculous helmet is just incredible. It's so funny. That is such an interesting train design. Oh, the lighting, the colors, the set design. It's so good. It's so good. It's such a mood.
I'm not going to waste my time rooting around for the tempad when someone taught you fairly decent magic.
My mother.
Fairly decent. It's almost a compliment.
A queen of Asgard.
The way he talks about his mother.
She's good.
God.
Are you sure she was your mother?
No, she's not actually. I was adopted. Is that a bit of a spoiler for you? Sorry about that.
No, I knew I was adopted.
What? They told you?
This is so cool.
Hang on a second. So, tell me about your mother.
I barely remember her.
I love how they're figuring out the differences in their lives. How Loki maybe assumed and she maybe assumed that they were very, very similar in the way they grew up and all that. And they're just not.
You told me that one day I'd be able to do it too, because
She loved him.
I could do anything. You want to see?
The fact that he's sharing this with someone is just beyond anything I ever hoped we'd get.
So, where'd you learn to do the
I
whatever
taught
it is?
myself.
You taught yourself that magic?
Yeah, I did.
I love how impressed and fascinated he is.
She was in love.
She hated him.
Maybe love is hate.
Remember that. What was that?
He's
Love is
he's such a
Oh, piss off.
freaking, yeah, that's the correct response. That little smile though, oh my god.
Managed to maintain quite a serious long-distance relationship with a postman whilst running across time from one apocalypse
I
to
love
another.
her sense of humor.
How about you? You're a prince. Must have been would-be princesses? Or perhaps another prince.
She knows.
A bit of both. I suspect the same as you.
Love is mischief, then.
Love is mischief, girl. Oh my god, the way he's looking at her is crushing me.
Love
He's
is...
so infatuated already. And the lighting.
Something I might have to have another drink to think about.
That's fair, man. That whole conversation is just so good. The back and forth is great. They're both just letting their walls down just slightly. There's definitely some little bits of maybe the beginning of some flirting going on there, poking at each other's love lives to kind of see what the deal is there, giving each other some compliments. It's just, it's a scene that I didn't ever think we were going to get to see with Loki, and I just love it. She did take a nap. She seems to definitely be regretting that now, though, seeing the scene that he's making. The uniform's gone. Oh god, him getting drunk. Having drinks? Clearly, while she fell asleep, was not good. Oh, she knows they're in trouble. Tom singing though, in Asgardian, is ending me. He's so charming. Oh, and she's... Is he singing to her? I think he's singing to her. Oh my god, guys. She's enjoying it, but she doesn't want to. Girl, I get you. It's hard not to fall into that, to see that and not just be like, damn it, I'm into it.
When did you get so paranoid?
Oh, I guess it must have started when I spent my entire life running from the omniscient fascists you work for.
This is definitely a great way to show their differences as well. She's paranoid, always has her guard up. And he's used to being a prince.
Love is a dagger. It's a weapon to be wielded far away or up close. You can see yourself in it. It's beautiful. Until it makes you bleed. But ultimately, when you reach for it,
It isn't real.
I love how he's so invested in actually answering her question that even in his drunkenness, he came up with this whole metaphor about love being a dagger. And now love dagger is, I need someone to make me a shirt or something that's love is a dagger. Guys, this show is ruining my life in the best possible way. And now Sylvie's getting what she wanted, essentially. Fighting her way out of it. Oh, is that how she lost the other horn? I still just can't get over the set design, the lighting that they chose. So good. She is so not impressed. She is so not impressed.
you're right. I'm a god.
You're a clown.
I'm hedonistic. That's what I do.
I'm hedonistic. A lot more than you, I assure you, but never at the
I
expense
love
of the
how
mission.
he's intrigued by that. He's like, oh really? I'd like to hear more about how you're far more hedonistic than I am. She's just... Yeah, no, that's fair. That's an appropriate reaction. There are definitely days when I feel like that.
Well, yes, but
Yes, but what?
well, the entire moon is destroyed, right?
Yep, and everyone on it is killed.
Including us.
Yes, including us.
I love how she's too angry to even think about a plan, and he's just like on to the next thing, trying to think of a plan.
So what, we hijack the Ark and make sure it gets off this moon?
I mean, sounds like a good idea to me.
Okay.
Really?
I don't think he definitely wasn't expecting her to just go along with the plan. Oh, that view is so cool. If this wasn't an apocalypse, and to see the view you were like gonna die, it would be such a cool view if that wasn't the trade-off.
I just need to know if I can trust you.
Okay, fine. I have to create a fantasy from their memories.
I love how...
You call me a magician.
Yeah, right?
I had to pull a memory from hundreds of years prior, before she even fought for them.
What?
That's ridiculous. They're all variants, just like us.
They don't know that.
I love that he was basically like, I need to know that I can trust you. And instead of just telling him to piss off, she actually gave him something in return, which tells me that she doesn't hate him as much as she thinks she does, because she doesn't strike me as the person that just gives up information just because people ask for it. So her doing that not only gave him a reason to think that he can trust her at least somewhat, but then she gives him the information that these TVA agents, they're just like us. You might hate them for their choice to serve the TVA, but they don't know that they had a life before this.
We have to get on that Ark and make sure it takes off.
How?
Once again, the set design is so cool. The colors that they chose, the way that there's a kind of a glow, almost a neon luminescent glow to a lot of things, the way the lighting works in terms of the building designs and the signage. It blows me away. I love it. That's not good. Yep, that's super bad. That would be, once again, a beautiful thing to see, but also the most horrifying thing in the entire world. Oof. The way that they do this one shot, this tracking shot as well, is fabulous. You can see where the creative cuts are, but it's still just so well done. It looks so cool. This would be such a cool little city to visit if the apocalypse wasn't awaiting you. Disney, I'm looking at you. I want a Disneyland or Disney World town where you can visit some of this stuff, because this is super legit. Have we seen Loki be able to do something like this before? Because that's insane. Like, I know he's a god, but damn. And that right there would be the most demoralizing thing. Where you fought your way, scratched to get to this point, and then your only way off just explodes right in front of your eyes. Oh, that's brutal. That is so brutal. I love the music choice too. Oof. Oh man, I love that episode so much because you get to spend time with Loki and Sylvie on a place where they're uninterrupted except for the guards, essentially. They're uninterrupted, left to get to spend time with each other, get to kind of feel each other out, get to learn a bit about each other, learn that they're very different from each other, and you just, it's just a lot of character moments. And I love their dynamic together. They're still clearly very much on the fence about if they can trust each other or how much information they want to give away, but you do get the quiet moments where they are learning about each other. And it's just, I know I said it throughout the episode, but it's just not something I ever thought we would get to have with Loki, with the way that the movies tend to use him. And it's just so exciting to see. And I love Sylvie as a character so much. Just the fact that she is a Loki variant, but because of the life that she's been forced to live, you know, she was never a princess from you know, what she says. Like, she always jabs at him that he lived the life of a prince and she was always on the run, and how that shapes the different ways they approach things. Like I said, she's strong-headed, she's on a mission, she's gonna fight her way through. You know, she'll take people's heads off and she doesn't care who she hurts in the process to get done what she wants to get done. And Loki is more of a charmer. He's a diplomat. He likes to use his words. He likes to be clever and outthink and outsmart people. And she is clever, but she just, her instinct is fight my way through it, fight to survive, use brute force, do whatever you need to do, which is such a fascinating difference. It's a huge difference in the way that they think and the way that they operate, and seeing them bounce off of each other and work together, albeit begrudgingly, is just such a cool thing to see. So I love that. And once again, the aesthetic of this show is just kind of my favorite thing. The lighting they choose, the colors they choose, the set design, the costuming, it's just, it makes me so happy. It feels like this show was specifically made for me, and I love it. I'm so happy that it's something that we got, and I personally didn't know that I could feel like there's a Disney Plus show that was made more for me, and that I like connected with in such a way that was going to rival how I felt about WandaVision and what that show did for Wanda, and how we got to spend emotional character development moments with her. I feel like is what we're getting with Loki, which is so awesome. But yeah, I love this episode a lot. I love that it kind of removes you from the TVA and shows you how two different variants of a Loki deal with an imminent death, deal with fighting their way through an apocalypse, and what that looks like for two people who are told that they're essentially the same because they're variants of each other, and then finding out what makes them different and how that all ends up going. And I remember watching this episode and seeing where it ended with their only way out of the planet, off of the planet, exploding before their eyes as they fought tooth and nail to get there. And be like, yeah, seems like the cliffhanger that we would get. That's super mean, but also makes a lot of sense. But what did you guys think of this episode? I would love to hear your thoughts. As always, all my links are down in the description if you want to find me on social media. I also have a link to my Patreon down there where I've been posting some exclusive content if you'd like to check that out. I appreciate everyone who supports me there. I also have a show coming up that I'm hoping you guys are going to want to check out. We are doing a Get In Losers, we're doing movie brackets show again, finally. We've had such a big break from doing that, but we're doing it again. We're going to be doing a Comic-Con movie bracket, which I'm very, very excited about. We have some really special guests, so I hope you guys will all tune in. That is going to be a really fun show. I'll put the link in the description for that. It is going to be a live stream if you want to hang out. Thank you guys so, so much for all of your continued support, and I will see you all next time.